Many of the tablets that have come out in the Android space haven't done very well, and even those that have were held back by Android's poor optimization for the Android UI for tablets. However, some OEMs take up the challenge of designing proper tablet interfaces and actually succeed at it. One example of this is Xperia Z4. This is Sony's most recent effort at a tablet despite being released in 2015. It's a 10.1-inch LCD display with a 1080p resolution. It has some decent viewing angles as well as some very 2015 bezels around the display. It's good, and that's all you need to know, by the way. The build is plastic, and I will say that's a good thing, and explain why later. The design language is unmistakably Sony, with that center place power button on the side and an unapologetically rectangular design. Onto software, which is basically the highlight of this device in my opinion. As I use it, it's running the most recent version of Android 7.1.1 Nougat with the 1st September security update. The software on this tablet effectively has two modes, a docked mode and the stock Android tablet mode. If you purchase the tab alongside the keyboard dock, of which I think you really should, it turns into what I consider a tablet for guys who just need to get some conventional work done. Emails, documents, spreadsheets, and all that stuff you need to get done, this tablet does it rather exceptionally. The software adds a dock at the bottom of the screen with some favorite apps. I find it amazing for productivity tasks. Now onto why I said plastic is good for a device like this. The Tab Z4 has a Snapdragon 810 processor paired with 3GB of RAM, which is rather good for the time. However, there are problems with this Snapdragon 810. It was an overheating master, and if you watch my HTC One M9 review, I mentioned it as the grandest downfall for that device. Here the situation isn't that bad. Sony got the revised version of the chip that didn't overheat as much. This is the same version of the chip that landed in the Lumia 950 XL and the Nexus 6P, so its problems are sort of fixed by then. But still, you can feel the heat on the device, especially when installing multiple apps and playing graphically intensive games. When a processor is hot enough to get a plastic back and comfortably warm, it's not a good thing. Too much heat is equal to what is called thermal throttling, which means the CPU reduces its performance to reduce the amount of heat that comes out of it, and that is definitely not a good thing. Apart from the overheating processor, the tablet is fine. And these downsides only show up when you're doing crazy stuff like updating 20 apps at a go or playing Godfire Rise of Prometheus or any other game that should be on a console but you're playing it on a mobile device. The battery life is good, though you should note that this device has been working non-stop for 2 years now, so the battery isn't that good. But it's a relatively large battery clocking in at 6000 mAh, which is acceptable for a tablet. Standby time isn't that great, but then again, you should blame the processor and the aging battery. You get Quick Charge 2.0, which tops it off pretty fast, which is good. The cameras here are an 8.1 megapixel back camera and a 5.1 megapixel selfie cam. They aren't great, that's all I can say. Okay, for casual shooting, they're fine, but it just doesn't work out. Although, I enjoyed augmented reality. That was actually fun. Although if you're using this device as a laptop replacement, I doubt you'll be using it as a camera anytime soon. So now, onto the verdict. Should you get this tablet in 2017, almost 2018? The answer logically is no, but I feel that if your needs are purely productive in nature, you can hack replacing your laptop with this bad boy. However, if what you want is something to watch Netflix, impress some friends, or do some light ebook reading and surfing, and what you really want is a tablet, get an iPad. I know it sounds superficial, but Apple has done loads to optimize the tablet experience on iOS. That's why they sell more and more iPads every single year. If you are on a budget and you still want a tablet, Samsung has some lower-end tablets that you could check out. Pretty much your only option. Till next time, this is Tony Takes on Tech. Don't forget to like this page or subscribe to this YouTube channel and, share it around. Who knows?